Yo, what's up, YouTube Nation? This is Taz Trail, aka the Tasmanian Devil, coming at you with another vid. I'm on my way to Hookie Loud right now to sign up for the open mic uh, comedy competition, and coworkers, some coworkers have pushed me to do this. Um, some friends have pushed me to do this, and now I'm finally gonna do it. So you will see the Taz man on the mic. This is not my first time doing stand-up comedy. I used to do stand-up comedy back in the day, but I was what you would call a sore loser winner. Let me explain that. A sore loser winner. I would enter the competition, lose these competitions, but there'd be some type of constellation prize with somebody offering me some type of deal. And I would be so upset back then that I wouldn't even take the deal. I wouldn't even consider it because I couldn't get over the loss. It's hard to get over a loss when you got the audience in tears and people holding their stomach and spitting out their drinks, and then you don't win the competition. That's tough, you know? So that's what I was going through. I'm gonna give you an example. I entered the most funniest person in Connecticut contest in Waterbury at the Waterbury Palace Theater. Marshall Brandon, shout out to Marshall Brandon, first comedian from Hartford that really showed me that, this can be done. I'm gonna follow in his footsteps that he laid. But he hosted the competition because the previous year he had tied another comedian, and Marshall was hosting the first round and the other guy was hosting the second round. So I got a chance to meet Marshall and did my set, killed it, and didn't make it to the second round. And it wasn't up to the people, it was in the judges' hands. And these things with these judges, they look at stuff like race had a big factor in that, because everybody knew that night I should have went to the second round. Marshall knew I should have went to the second round, but it wasn't in his hands. It was in the judges' hands. And to explain how I didn't go to the second round was the fact that you had three black comedians there, myself included, and one of the comedians did impressions like I did, because I do impressions too. And the thing about him, he did a Richard Pryor, which is, this guy is considered the godfather of comedy. Richard Pryor, people love Richard Pryor, and he nailed it. It was spot on. It was like you thought Richard Pryor was in the room. So, he went through. I did my impressions. I did Tyson, Jay Leno, Bill Clinton, Woody Allen, a lot of other people. And they just came up with the conclusion that they wasn't going to have two black impressionists, in the second round. And then there was another black guy that he didn't do impressions. He did straight comedy. So they said, okay, this is new. We can't have two guys going to the second round where their brand of comedy is almost mirror-like. So we're gonna put the other black comedian that just tells straight jokes, and we're gonna put the guy that did Pryor through. And that's what that was about. And I didn't make it. And in between the show, Marshall Brandon had told me, "Oh man, you was funny. You was funny, man." After the show, I'm putting together a Connecticut college tour where I'm going to tour the colleges, and I'm looking for some comedians. So just make sure you give me your number so I can get in contact with you after the show. I was so pissed that I didn't make it through the second round. I just walked out of the Waterbury Palace Theater, and I walked out because I had people that was in the audience that came up to me and shook my hand and said, "You were funny, man. You was funny as hell." I like your impressions. I can't believe you didn't make it. And I was pissed. And that was an opportunity. You never know. You never know. Excuse me. Who's going to be on these college tours? Somebody could have been in the audience, a playwright, a producer, somebody. And I turned it down. Major mistake, because I was a sore loser, but had a chance to be a winner. That was one opportunity blown. And then I blew another opportunity where I was playing the Butterfly. The Butterfly on Farmington Avenue. They would have an open mic comedy competition every Tuesday. So I signed up, knocked it out, killed it, didn't win. So I went the second time, knocked it out, killed it, didn't win. Then on the following Tuesday came up, I was thinking I might not want to go down there again and do this, and knowing that I'm killing this and not winning, they shitting on me. So I kind of waited, debated. I come strolling in the club about 9:30 p.m., and then the owners, which was a male and a female, the female came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, I've been calling you. I didn't think you was going to show up. Oh my God, thank God you're here. Oh my God." So, you would think that, okay, I'm the shit. I should be winning these competitions. And didn't win. Killed it. Didn't win. And what made it more bad for me was the fact that I had people coming up to me telling me, I come here every Tuesday to see you. You're very funny. I told my friends about you. We come down to see you. And then the fourth and last time I played there, I was there on time, and I was slotted last. I looked at the roster, and I was the last comedian on the roster, and I was like, yo, I'm here early. Why am I the last person on the roster? And she pulled me aside and said, nobody wants to follow you. That should have been a badge of honor. That should have made me feel real good, but it didn't. Like, I'm last. I didn't understand the nature of the business. And of course, I went out there, crushed it, and didn't win. So then I get a call from her partner. He calls me. He goes, I got a job opportunity for you. And I was like, what's the job, man? He said, I want you to host the comedy competition every Tuesday, on Tuesday nights, that we have it down at the club. I want you to host these competitions, and I'll give you $50 every Tuesday you host these competitions. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. The prize for winning the competition is $100. And you're going to offer me $50, half that, to get up here and host? So I'm not good enough to win the $100, but I'm good enough to host the competitions. I turned that shit down like a butterfly collar in the 70s. I turned that shit down. And that was another blown opportunity. You never know who might have came out there to the Butterfly, who was in the audience or whatnot. But I'm older, wiser, and when an opportunity comes, I will seize it. You live and you learn. I've been through a lot doing this, and you can't take losing bad, because if the audience love you, you won. You should only take losing bad if the audience doesn't like you, or they booed you, or they heckled you. Then you should feel bad. But if the audience love you, but the judges didn't, you shouldn't feel bad. You should keep pressing on, take every opportunity that presents itself. And I'm saying this because you're talking to somebody that went through it. I'm going to keep you posted. Taz Trill, one love. I love y'all. Peace.